It is Monday, May the 30th, 2022. I am James. You are you. We are here for another Monday Jungle, as I like to say around these parts. But what are these parts? Is that the question that you are asking yourself? Probably not. You know the drill. You know the routine. We do this every Monday, sometimes on Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, never on Thursday, and very rarely on a Friday. This is, of course, At Home with James live on twitch.tv/At Home with James. So nice to see everyone in plentiful numbers. And by plentiful, I mean dwindling numbers. Tonight, what do we have on the menu? There are times in the history of this show where we like to have a bit of fun, a bit of a game show, whether it's been Dave Kaufman's Dr. Ruth's Game of Good Sex or David Kaufman's Naughty or Nice. We've also got the Wheel of Mystery. We've got the Wheel of Secret Questions. But tonight, we're doing something for the very first time, and dare I say, maybe the only time in show history. We're doing something that follows a pathway of an activity that people love to take part in across various bars and pubs across the city of Montreal. Tonight is the first ever edition of Pub Quiz Night on At Home with James. So before we introduce our guests, I want to encourage the audience watching tonight. Feel free to participate. It's going to be multiple choice questions with a grand prize to the winner at night's end. So enough of this intro. I've heard enough. You've probably heard enough. You're probably eagerly awaiting to figure out who is going to be participating in tonight's pub quiz. Let's welcome cornerstones of the At Home with James universe. Please welcome Dimitri and Dave Kaufman, who are coming to us from respective bars. Dimitri, let us know where you're coming from. It looks like you're drinking a nice whiskey there. Where are you emanating from tonight?
James, I'm at the one and only Pat Getty's at an undisclosed location, the number one best bar and fare and VLT machines that always cash out.
Oh, yeah, and would you like to introduce us to the machines behind you? We've become acquainted with them. We've got Brenda behind me.
Mm-hmm. We've got Jennifer right in the middle. We've got this one over here is Erica.
Yeah, and then not to be outdone
by the one in the corner right here, that's Maxine, the mean machine.
Now, last time you came to us from Old Pat Getty's, you were having some trouble with, I think, the Hells Angels. How have things shaken out since?
I'm in.
What do you mean you're in?
I'm part of the crew now.
You've joined the Hells Angels?
Yeah, I'm part of the crew, and as their first assignment, I work here now at Pat Getty's. I mop up the shitter.
All right, so you're the janitor for the specifically the bathroom.
I would call myself a sanitary inspector.
All right. Well, Dave, let's go to you. You're coming to us tonight from, I believe his name is Mr. McGee's Basement, which is a basement bar in the bottom of this guy, Mr. McGee's home.
That's right.
You started your 4-week shift last week. You're on week 2. How have things been going at Mr. McGee's?
Not bad, you know.
And you're working as a bouncer?
Bouncing. Keeping the youngsters out, keeping the old folks in. And it's been a pretty good time.
All right, now, you're just crushing cans out there. Now, last week, no one had been frequenting Mr. McGee's Basement. How are things looking tonight so far?
It's a pretty quiet night so far, you know, but it could heat up pretty easy. You know, things at Mr. McGee's Basement, they'll switch on a dime.
All right, well, before we get into the quizzes, Dave, I want to ask, what do you think of Old Pat Getty's, where Dimitri's coming to us from tonight via satellite?
You know, I'm afraid to say it, but I'm not big on the HAs. So I try to stay away from those kind of bars.
Or you're talking about the Hells Angels?
I don't want to say it.
All right. Okay.
But the
Dimitri,
HAs...
how do you... Well, I'll say it, the Hells Angels. Dimitri, how do you respond to that? And what do you think about the bar that Dave is bouncing at these days?
I think we get a bad rap because of some of the history. Things have changed. It's a very respectable business right now. We have potlucks, we have bake sales, and more importantly, we like to drive our sweet motor vehicles. Pat Getty's, on the other hand, quality establishment. I'm very happy to be a part of this place as a fixture at this point. And the gentleman right below me, that looks like a quality establishment too. I mean, he looks like he does a hell of a job keeping people out. There's nobody in there right now.
Well, I want to go to the chat before we get into tonight's trivia. We've got from, I would say he's officially entered legendary status, the real Andrew McKay. Quote, our guests tonight look like they used to frequent Boîte à Karaoke on St. Catherine Street. I was thrown out of there on New Year's Eve 2011.
Too drunk, eh?
No, a friend of mine entered the DJ booth to put on Will Smith Getting Jiggy With It.
It's a great tune.
I would have put
We've
on,
also got coming
Millennium.
in from High Score Run, quote, Dave getting tips and getting tail. What's the lady action like at Mr. McGee's basement?
Well, you know, I'm still a married man. But
Well,
Mr.
is that-
McGee, he gets a lot of action upstairs.
Oh, really?
From Mrs. McGee, yeah.
Oh, they're married?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm curious to know before we get into it tonight,
I can hear
Dimitri, right now,
Yeah.
would you like to impersonate it for us? Oh, so it's the bed that's moving.
Yeah.
All right. I'm curious to know, do either of you have experience in pub quiz trivia nights?
Well, having been around a lot of pubs in my time, I've heard, the quizzes from the John where I've been drinking. So I'd pretty say
Wait, you're
that
drinking in the bathroom at bars?
yeah, it's nice and quiet in there. I could have an honest, stiff drink without the rustle bustle of your, average bar band. So I can get out there. So yeah, I listen to my fair share of pub quizzes. I'd probably say I'm a pro.
All right, Dave, have you ever had any experience participating in pub quiz trivia nights?
Yeah, I've done one or two.
And how did you fare in those?
I've taken a couple of home.
Okay, so you've taken some trivia contests home with you.
Yeah.
Got lucky and you took them home.
Exactly. That's how it works.
Lucky
Well,
guy.
tonight we have broken up our questions into 4 separate categories, 5 questions each. Dave, what are you drinking there tonight?
I'm not allowed to drink on the job.
All right, so you're just holding an empty mug.
Yeah, it's you know how some people like to put a cigarette in their mouth even though they're not smoking?
Yep.
Same thing.
All right. Okay, Dimitri, what are you drinking tonight? Whiskey?
Having a little bit of a whiskey with a couple of ice cubes that I froze that used to be whiskey.
All right. Now, do you think that the alcohol is going to help or hinder you tonight?
I like to think of it as recall memory. I
Okay.
soaked up all that knowledge from my previous times that I got wasted here at this bar. So I'm hoping that this brings me right back.
And Dave, do you think the lack of alcohol is going to help or hinder?
I'm always a little bit buzzed. But I think I'll do just fine.
All right. So before we get in, I wanted to really replicate what it feels to be like in a bar. So I want to see if we can hit some music. I want to give it that fun Monday night pub quiz trivia night feel. Let's hit some music.
I think I got just the thing.
All right.
You mind if I turn on the radio at my bar?
Wait,
Just go ahead.
you're gonna loop in the audio from Mr. McGee's basement bar?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Is that all right with you, James?
It's more than all right. Let's hear what he's listening to.
Okay, give me a second. I got to
You got to tune up the radio.
This thing's got to heat up.
Yeah, you got to probably go from AM to FM.
Yeah. It takes a second.
All right.
Here we go.
I love this song.
Yeah, I've heard this before.
I love this tune, brother.
All right, so let's get into it with our first round of trivia questions tonight. Our category, and this is very apropos, is beer trivia.
Okay.
Now, these are multiple choice questions. The possible answers are 1, 2, and 3. You will lock in your answer with your fingers, but put your hand over the fingers in which you would be indicating your answer with. Let's get into it with question number 1. What type of beer has the highest alcohol content? What type of beer has the highest alcohol content? The possible answers are 1, pale ale, 2, stout, or 3, pilsner. Pale ale, stout, or pilsner. Let's lock in your answers now. All right, we've got our answers locked in. Let's reveal those answers. All right, so Dimitri, you have answered Pilsner. Dave, you have answered Pale Ale. Correct answer is 2, stout.
What? Oh,
Hold
wow.
on, that's not true.
That's not true.
This is the correct answer according to the beer trivia
Are you
website
sure?
that I frequented. But Dave, I will give you I'll give you a gold star for flipping the bird to Dimitri.
Oh, it was Dimitri, eh? Yeah.
All right, well, I revoke your gold star.
Wow.
So far, we're still tied
He's
at
an honest man. I'll be
0.
willing to give him the star back for being
Honestly,
honest.
though, India Pale Ales have way more alcohol than stout.
I think he's right. Yeah, I think he's right.
That is some
Well,
worshipful.
not according to the website I
I've
went to.
drank millions of beers in my life.
Let's move on to question number 2. In
Hold on,
which
let's
country,
enjoy this song for a second.
All right.
Okay, hit the question.
All right. Yeah, hit it. In which country does the Pilsner originate from? Your possible answers are 1, the Czech Republic, 2, Ireland, or 3, Japan. The Czech Republic, Ireland, or Japan. Which of these countries does the Pilsner originate from? Let's lock in our answer, and let's reveal the answer. So, Dimitri, you've answered Ireland, and Dave, you've answered the Czech Republic. And Dave, guess what?
I'm right.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been to the Czech Republic and I've drank in many a Pilsner there.
And I will say that that question was worth 1 point.
Nice.
Well earned.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Put that music louder.
Should I?
It's just a little bit.
Because, okay. Okay, it's louder.
All right, I do want to thank the real Andrew McKay for keeping track in the chat, so I'm going to designate him with the role of point keeper here. Let's move on to question number 2. Question number 3 is part of the beer round. Question is, beer contains which of these vitamins? Is it 1, vitamin A, 2, vitamin B, or 3, vitamin C? Beer contains which of these vitamins? A, B, or C? Let's lock in our answers now. Man, this song really shreds. Let's reveal our answers now. Dimitri, you have answered with B, and Dave, you have answered with C. The correct answer is B. So, Dimitri, you get a point, and Dave, I'd also like to mention that you revealed your answer after Dimitri, so I want you to keep that hand up and in the air.
You got to watch this guy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you called me to reveal my answer.
Well, no, I was just indicating that I was gonna provide Dimitri's answer first, then
Okay.
yours. But this happened when you and Andy were going through your trivia
Well, I
contest.
clearly didn't cheat.
You clearly didn't cheat, so Dimitri, you get a point.
I will say this,
beer
though.
Yeah.
There's some beers have like a citrus combination to them. Those must have vitamin C in them.
Well, not according to the beer website I
Well,
went
this
to.
beer website's full of bunk.
Well, we'll do a conspiracy episode next week. Let's move on to the 4th beer question. Which is the largest beer festival in the world? The possible answers are 1, England's Bath Festival, 2, Wisconsin's Milwaukee's Irish Fest, or 3, Munich, Germany's Oktoberfest. Got 1, Bath Festival, 2, Milwaukee Irish Fest, or 3, Oktoberfest. Lock in your answers now. Let's reveal those answers.
Gotta go 3.
You both answered Oktoberfest, and you both get a point. We are now tied at 2 points to 2 points.
Hey, Dimitri.
I dream of going there.
Yeah.
I want to see what their toilets are like.
Good job, man.
Hey, I want to know the address to this place. Give me a second. Hold on.
Now we're going to move on to our final question in the beer round. Which American president's brother launched his own brand of beer? Was it 1, Lyndon Baines Johnson, 2, Ronald Reagan, or 3, Jimmy Carter? Johnson, Reagan, or Carter? Let's lock in our answers now. Let's reveal the answers to the final beer question. You've both answered Jimmy Carter.
I think
And that is
Dimitri
correct.
copied me there.
Well, I don't know how we copied because you revealed at the same time. You're both correct. This brings you to 3 points to 3 points. Jimmy Carter's brother, Billy Carter, had his own beer named Billy Beer.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then he
All right, so-
he died an alcoholic.
Well, God rest his soul.
And Jimmy Carter
similar-
blames himself for that death.
Well, at least Jimmy Carter's still with us now. You both answered more correct answers than incorrect in the beer round. 3 points apiece coming out of round one. Dimitri, how do we feel?
the gentleman knows his beer, and for that I tip my hat to him. He seems like a good guy, and I don't like doing these types of competitions against a really nice guy.
I gotta say, I thought I was friends with Dimitri before, but now I think we're super friends.
All
Cheers,
right.
buddy.
Once again, we're going to be dedicating tonight's episode to the memory of Ray Liotta, coming in from the chat from PumpPon69, quote, I got a whole Liotta love, which is a play on the Led Zeppelin song Whole Lotta Love. Before we get into it, Dave, any good memories of Ray Liotta?
I never met the guy.
All right, Dimitri?
Yeah, seems great.
Well, I really liked his Chantix commercials.
Sure. Don't smoke.
Let's move on to our next round. Of course, bars famously not only known for their alcohol consumption, specifically beer, but also music that they play over the speakers, but also live. Our next round is music trivia. Let's get into it with question number one. Who did Ringo Starr replace as the final and most famous drummer for the Beatles? Now, there were multiple drummers, but we're looking for the answer of the person that he replaced. Possible answers are 1, Norman Chapman, 2, Pete Best, or 3, Tommy Moore. Chapman, Best, or Moore? Let's lock in our answers.
Now, how do
right
we know
now.
he's the final drummer?
Well, I did the research on a beer website.
You got all this
What if there's a reunion?
music trivia from a beer website?
Well, there can't be a reunion because the some of the members are no longer with us.
There's been other reunions where members have died.
Don't count.
All right.
Let's reveal our answers now. So we have both answered 2, Pete Best, and you're both correct. You
Yeah.
both get 1 point. We are still deadlocked, 4 points apiece.
I thought he was better than Ringo.
Me too.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave that for a rainy day. Let's move on to our next question. Which of these is not an Aerosmith album? Now, before we get into it, Dimitri, favorite Aerosmith song?
Favorite Aerosmith song? Probably the song from Armageddon.
Don't Want to Miss a Thing?
That's a great beer drinking song.
All right. Dave, favorite Aerosmith song?
I gotta say, Love in an Elevator.
All right. So some very specific picks here.
You know what that
Let's
song's
get-
about?
It's about making love in an elevator.
That's right.
You ever done it, James?
No.
Oh, come on.
Oh man, when you hit the penthouse suite and you haven't finished yet?
Ding!
Let's get to the question, gentlemen. Which of these is not an
I wish we wouldn't do the
Aerosmith album?
questions.
Yeah, I know. Let's just end.
Possible answers are number 1, Toys
Wait, what was
in
the question?
Attic.
I missed it.
Yeah, which of these is not an Aerosmith album? That's the third time I've
we're
asked.
still on that?
Number 1, Toys in the Attic. Number 2, Just a Little Tickle. Or 3, Draw the Line. Toys in the Attic, Just a Little Tickle, or Draw the Line. We're looking for the one that is not an Aerosmith album. Let's lock in our answers now, gentlemen. Let's reveal those answers. Dave, you have answered Draw the Line. Dimitri, you have answered Just a Little Tickle. And Dimitri, you get the point. You are finally in the lead. 5 points to Dave's 4 points. Just a Little Tickle, not an Aerosmith album, but it does sound like one.
It could be one.
Just a little tickle. Now, for this third question, this was not planned, but it is extremely coincidental and apropos. Third question is, Bob Seger's mega hit, Like a Rock, was used for which car company's television commercials? Is it 1, Chevrolet, 2, Ford, or 3, General Motors? Like a rock. Oh, like a rock.
I forget.
Chevrolet, Ford, or GM?
I honestly forget. It sucks.
We've locked in our answers. Let's reveal what we think the answer is. Now,
You're
Dimitri,
probably right.
a little slow on the reveal.
He's been slow the last few.
Sorry,
of them.
I didn't pick his thing.
But you know what? I don't
Dimitri,
care
it's true.
because this guy's great.
Dimitri, you have answered Ford. Dave, you have answered Chevrolet. Dave, you are correct. You are now tied with Dimitri for 5 points apiece.
Man, give me your shirt, buddy.
I would take it off, but I'm gonna get kicked out of here.
That's
Yeah,
actually
well,
a tattoo.
It might break the Twitch TOS here.
Not a
So
shirt at
look,
all. It's a tattoo.
we're going back and forth here. We're going to move on to our next question. Now, I don't know how familiar you are both with both music and sports, but we're going to see most bars and this Major League Baseball team share an affinity for Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline.
James, can I ask you a question?
Please.
Why don't you relax a little bit, man? You're all stuck up tonight.
Here's the thing, because look, I have to be the one who's answering the questions. You guys are the one having the fun, but okay,
Wait,
look,
you're not
I'd
the one
have a lot
answering
more
the
fun
questions.
if you relaxed a little bit, James. For God's sakes, take a button off of that shirt.
Yeah.
you're saying I got to loosen up a little bit?
Yeah, you're all
Have a
strong.
drink.
You're all tied up.
All right, okay. Let me. Maybe
Like
I'll,
I'm sitting at a
ask
bar
the,
with a
maybe I'll ask the
lawyer.
questions a little bit more fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go get a drink. You
Okay.
have
Well,
something
hold
you
on
can
here.
drink?
Let me try again. All right, party people. Well, most pubs and this Major League Baseball team share an affinity for this Neil Diamond's song "Sweet Caroline." Possible answers are 1, the Chicago Cubs, 2, the Los Angeles Dodgers, or 3, the Boston Red Sox. Is it the Cubs, the Dodgers, or the Red Sox who love Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline? Let's lock in our answers now, rockers.
Yeah.
Let's reveal our answers. Now, Dimitri, you've gone with the Boston Red Sox, which is the hat you're wearing. Dave, you've gone with the Chicago Cubs. Correct answer is 3, the Boston Red Sox. Dimitri, you're up a point on Dave, bringing this score 6-5, Dimitri.
It's not fair. This man's clothing is related to all the questions.
Well, in fairness, he got the last one wrong,
That's
Bob
true.
Seeger.
I did.
Is there going to be a reflective sunglasses question next?
Well, I mean, there's nothing to do with reflective sunglasses with music. that
What
we
about
know
a
of.
tattoo one?
Yeah.
Now we're going to go to the final question.
I hope they play that song again.
Well, let's find out.
Nice.
Awesome.
I
It was
love this song.
must have been a request.
Yeah. Somebody's got the jukebox running the whole night.
Go to our final question in the music round. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is found in which U.S. state? Is it Ohio, Minnesota, or Michigan? Ohio, Minnesota, or Michigan? Let's lock in our answers now. All right, let's reveal those answers. Dave, you've gone with Ohio. Dimitri, you've gone with Michigan,
Yeah.
which Kiss affectionately refers to as Detroit Rock City, but the answer goes to Dave with Ohio.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Ohio.
Now, Dave, you have now pulled ahead by I believe this is, no, excuse me, real Andrew McKai's our scorekeeper. We're at the 6-6 here.
It's not the first time watching the Drew Carey shows helped me out in life.
Oh, yeah, what are the other times?
That's a good question.
We'll think about it. We'll
I'll
get back
think
to it
about it.
later on. Now, guys, I'm curious to know, after a long night at the bar, maybe you've met some people, you've canoodled a little bit. What happens after the bar?
I can tell you what happens, James, but the man who asked the question is the keeper of the secrets.
All right, well, Dave, what do you...
Give us a couple options. We'll put
Why
it
don't you
behind
give us a
the-
couple options?
Yeah.
All right, well, this is an unofficial trivia question.
Yeah.
Do you, 1, go home, 2, have some late night boostan, or 3, maybe you make love, not necessarily in an elevator? Is it 1, 2, or 3? All right, let's reveal the answer to this question that has no point totals. Dave, you've both gone with going to Boost Stand.
Yeah.
But this upcoming round is not related to food. In fact, we're going to be asking some trivia related around sex positions.
Ooh.
Now, guys, you ever have any experience having sex positions after a night at the bar?
Oh, man. Look, I gotta be honest right now. I'm a bit nervous because my phone a friend for this question's Dimitri.
All right, Dimitri, you ever experienced sex positions after a night at the bar?
I mean, this is a little awkward, but my phone a friend is the host of this show.
Well, we're all in trouble here.
James, who's your phone a friend?
Dave.
Oh my God.
Now, before we get into it, coming in from the chat from Pump69, quote, Dave looks like a Masters of the Universe action figure. And I wonder what song is coming up next.
Oh, it better be
Buddy,
good.
if it's the song I think it is,
Oh, it is.
Nice,
Oh.
nice. All right, once again, our next trivia round is sex positions.
Ah, man, I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. Now, guys, I want you to keep your ears really peeled because these are very specific.
Okay.
What is the name of the sex position where the woman is on top facing the man with her knees on the bed? Now, this is specific to a bed. Your possible answers are number 1, cowgirl, number 2, the rodeo, or number 3, face to face.
Her knees are on the bed.
Yeah, what is the name of the sex position where the woman is on top facing the man with her knees on the bed?
What if her knees gets on your chest at some point?
Man, that might be a question for later on. We're looking for either cowgirl, rodeo, or face-to-face. Let's reveal our answers now. You both answered number 1 with cowgirl. And guess what? You're both correct.
This ain't our first rodeo.
You ever do it like that, James?
What Dave's doing that? I don't know what that.
Come on
Now, coming in from the chat, we've got a lot of answers here. Pumppon69 says, the sad bag lady. Naive Adventure says, quote, that's called suffering. And the real Andrew McKay writes, ooh, this is a real bar talk, this answer.
Talk.
Quote, my priest called it face to face.
Oh.
Don't tell that one to work.
Easy.
Unless
You
you
can't
work
even
at a
say that
bar.
around
Yeah, unless you work at a bar like me and Dimitri.
The
Now,
Sad Bag Lady and Aerosmith album?
We're coming up. We're tied after that. 7-7. You both got it correct.
Yeah.
Move
I
on
feel
to
like
our
this is going to be a
next.
pretty easy category.
Move on to our next sex position trivia question. Dave and Dimitri,
That's right.
what is the name of the sex position where both partners are wrapping their arms and legs around each other while having sex?
Rapping.
The possible answers are
Isn't that just sex?
the bear hug, the lotus, or the street pretzel. And that's not to be confused with the New York City street pretzel. What is the name of the position where both partners are wrapping their arms and legs around each other while having sex? The bear hug, the lotus, or the street pretzel? Let's lock in our answers now. See what song's coming up. Awesome. All right, let's reveal our answers now. All right, you have both answered the lotus. You're both correct. That brings us to 8-8.
I've never done it myself. I've never been that intimate with anybody.
All right, Dave, how about you? You ever done the lotus?
Oh yeah.
All right, well, again, in at-home
Watch that
trivia...
flower bloom.
Oh. Again, in
I like him.
at-home trivia tradition, very close. Always very close. Brings our total to 8-8 here. And also coming in, now this is some bar talk. Again, legendary viewer, the real Andrew McKay writes, quote, I think I'm pretty stoned right now. Pretty awesome. In this
That's
bar,
awesome.
you can get high.
You can't get high in Mr. McGee's basement. He'll yell at you.
Dimitri, can you get high at Pat Getty's?
No, you will have the cops called on you.
All right, I guess you can't get high at the bar. Let's move on to the halfway point of the sex position trivia. Here we go.
I've done the halfway point.
What's the name of this kind of weird sex position where the woman is lying on her back with both legs in the air and her sex partner is on his knees while they're both having sex with each other? The possible answers are number 1, the corkscrew, number 2, the Eiffel Tower, or number 3, the deep stick.
Isn't that just missionary?
No, hold on. The woman is lying on her back with both legs in the air, and her partner is on his knees, and they're having sex.
I gotta see it in my mind's eye, James.
The corkscrew, the Eiffel Tower, or the deep stick. Lock in our answers now. All right, let's reveal those answers. You've both gone with the corkscrew, but the correct answer is the deep stick.
What?
Again, we're deadlocked at 8-8.
Who came up with that term?
We've got 2 more sex position questions as part of the sex position round. Let's go to it right now.
Biden.
He sits, legs bent, leaning back on his hands and forearms, while his partner does the same, inching towards him until you connect. This is called the banana split, the magic mountain, or the stress test.
The stress test?
Got the banana split, the magic mountain, or the stress test, where he sits, legs bent, leaning back on his hands and forearms, while his partner does the same, inching towards him until they connect to have sex.
What do you think it is, Dave?
Who are you comparing answers?
Oh, man.
Yeah, maybe.
It sounds like I would call it the crabbler or something.
Yeah. Where you crab over to each other. This is the part I don't understand. If they're both crabbing towards each other, how's it gonna go in?
I don't know.
I mean, think about the names,
old.
right? We've got the banana split, the magic mountain, and the stress test. Lock in your answers now.
I got a clue. I'm gonna go with it. It's a shot in the dark, which also is a sex position.
Also an Ozzy Osbourne song.
All right.
All right, let's reveal our answers now. Dave, you've gone with the banana split. Dimitri, you've gone with the magic mountain. One of you is now up 9-8.
I give it to Dimitri. I let him have it.
Dimitri is the correct answerer here. Dimitri, the answer is the magic mountain.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna try it.
Well, let's get to our final sex position question here.
Sorry, Dave. You're a great guy.
Yeah, but you rule at sex, dude. I knew you were.
No, come on. I bet you're amazing at it, man.
Hold on,
I'm pretty
Dimitri.
good, but you're the best. It's like competing against Michael Phelps in swimming,
Let's think about this, right? Dave, you had sex and it made a child. Dimitri, you're an AVN award nominee for writing how other people have sex on film.
This man
does it for real. I'm a mere phony. I'm a scholar in the old, cathedrals of old times, and I'm an imposter basically.
Hey, look,
this guy's done it for real.
Scholars are great at taking tests.
Yeah, but you're the best at acing them. I'll say that.
Yeah. We got one final question as part of this portion of the test, and here goes nothing.
Is this a sex question?
This is the final sex question, sex position.
Wow. Okay.
You get into a partial bridge position with your weight resting on your shoulders, and your sex partner enters you from a kneeling position. This sex position is known as the pinball wizard, the extended ottoman, or the Brooklyn Bridge. Think on it.
Yeah, can I hear that? The first part?
Explain it again. Maybe act it out.
Ooh, I don't think hold on a minute.
I think it's going to break the terms and services. You get into a partial bridge position with your weight resting on your shoulders, and your sex partner enters you from a kneeling position. This sex position is known as the pinball wizard, the extended ottoman, or the Brooklyn Bridge.
I gotta guess.
I gotta guess too, man.
All right. What's the guess going to be here, gentlemen?
Is that a reveal?
Reveal those answers now. You've both gone with the Brooklyn Bridge. Correct answer is the Pinball Wizard, number 1.
Come on, that's not real.
on.
That's a song.
Yeah, it's a song by The Who.
Also a cover by Elton John.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, Jesus
Okay, so
Christ,
this brings our total right now. 9 for Dimitri, 8 for Dave. Before we get into our final round, Dave, you got any fond memories of going to a bar?
like besides where right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I've had some fun at some bars. You want me to discuss?
Anything you want to expand on?
Yeah, you go, you have a couple of beers with some friends, hang out, maybe afterwards you go get some late night eats at your local booze stand. Maybe you kiss a lady.
Okay, so your memory is just a general that it's fun going to a bar.
Oh yeah, those were some great times.
All right, Dimitri, how about you? Any great bar?
Any bar memories
This is
for
a
me?
sick solo.
Man, I can't talk to you. This song is incredible. It keeps ripping. I probably
You know,
say
they're
the
playing
music.
live.
I thought it was on the radio.
Yeah, but it's a radio broadcast of their live performance.
They're still
Playing
playing
live right now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dimitri, any great bar memories?
I'd probably say listening to great bands that have come through the bars before they became famous.
Like who?
I'm not the kind of guy who likes to name drop, but there was this one band that you might like called Hoobastank that I saw live
Hoobastank
before
as a
they
bar
made
band?
it big. Say again?
You saw them as a bar band.
I saw them as a bar band when they were touring, and I saw one. Right, we were both at the urinal, and I leaned in and I said, "You're gonna be huge. You're gonna be huge one day."
That was back before they were known as Hoobastank, right? They had some crazy name back then.
Yeah, Dimitri, what was their crazy name that you're being teed up for?
Yeah, I think it was just called Stank back then.
Yeah.
Oh, just Stank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, time to get into our final round. Now, this one is very specific. Guys, this is James bar trivia, and all the questions are related to me being at bars.
Cool.
You?
That's right.
But James, you don't drink.
I don't drink, but once you hear these questions, you're going to know that I've had some good times. Now, let's get into question number 1. In James's opinion, which of these bars has the best bar food of all of the bars? Is
Wait.
it 1?
Which James are we talking about?
How about James McGee?
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Possible answers are the Ye Old Orchard Pub, 2, the Burgundy Lion, or 3, McKibben's Irish Pub.
Best food?
In my opinion, which of these bars has the best bar food of all of the bars?
See, I got my head around 2 options. All right, he's already got his answer. Yep.
Well, what's the order again?
The order is Ye Old Orchard Pub, the Burgundy Lion, or McKibben's Irish Pub. Let's reveal our answers now. All right, so you've both gone with the Burgundy Lion. You're both incorrect. McKibben's Irish Pub,
Really?
I believe, to have the best bar food of all the bars.
Well, you're
It is
wrong.
the best. I think it is the best.
What have you had there?
I've had the burgers. I've had the Indian food. I've had the potato leek soup. I've had a variety of things there.
Yeah, but what else have you had?
Sweet potato fries. I've had the shepherd's pie.
All right.
Now, coming in from the chat, we've got from Ray Liotta, 1954 to 2022. This is when we were talking about music, quote, "I almost ran over the bare naked ladies with my car."
The whole
We've
band?
also got, now this is a shout out from the real Andrew Mackay. My brother is the executive head chef of all of the McKibbins.
Wow.
That's a name drop. Good for you. Ask him if we can get in.
Let's move on to our next
Can
question.
I work there?
Yeah, maybe we should do a live episode for McKibben's Irish Pub, the one in the West Island.
Hook it up, Andy.
You can have all the food you want to eat, James.
Sounds awesome.
We'll have the drinks, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to question number 2. Which bar did James go to on his first night in Montreal as a resident? Possible answers are Reservoir, Korova, or Snackin' Blues.
What about behind bars?
Okay, all right, okay.
What was the last one?
Snackin' Blues. The possible answers are Reservoir, Korova, or Snackin' Blues. All right, let's reveal the answers now. Okay, so you both answered Korova. You're both correct. This brings Dimitri to 10 points, while Dave is 1 behind at 9.
You rule, Dimitri.
No, man, you knew too.
Nah, buddy, you're the fucking best, man.
Buddy, I want to arm wrestle you,
Oh, I would arm wrestle you all night.
but not in an angry way. I just
No,
want to see how
friends,
strong you are.
Friends, I bet you're stronger than I am, man.
No way. Look at those pipes. Holy hell. You guys, you're Bob the Builder over there.
Yeah, Dave, I just want to point out your sleeves are falling
Oh
down.
shit, my uniform.
You don't want to get Mr. McGee upset.
Nah, they'll measure my sleeves. They gotta be under 2 centimeters.
Let's move on to our next question. Again, this is James Bar Trivia. Guys, what is James's favorite bar game? Is it 1, pool, 2, video lotto terminals, or 3, darts?
Now wait, I got a question.
Yep,
Is this ironic favorite game or actual favorite game?
is the actual favorite.
All right.
Guy loves his
But
sports.
I will say, Dave, that was very astute of you because it could have been easily sarcastic.
Yeah.
Right, let's reveal our answers now. Dimitri, you've gone with darts. Dave, you have gone with pool. Correct answer is darts.
Fuck.
Dimitri, this brings you 11 points to Dave's 9. Dave, you're now trailing by 2 points.
James, you probably just haven't tried pool enough.
I mean, I have. I'm terrible at it. There's only
You gotta
2
try
questions
this
left.
pool.
All right. Well, luckily these points are doubled in the last 2 questions.
Yeah, that's correct. The points are doubled.
Yeah.
Each question is worth 2 points. Let's move on.
You.
Let's move on to our next question. Which bar did James last give his service to? Which was the last bar I was at? The possible answers are Bar Notre Dame, Sparrow, or M2. Bar Notre Dame, Sparrow, or M2.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
Why is it a tough one?
Well, because I know you work in 2 locations and they're close to all 3 of those bars.
True.
Man. Well, what'd you have?
Oh yeah, what'd you have? Let me.
I can't review. I had a drink.
What kind?
Was it smooth?
It was a delicious drink.
Was it smooth?
Can't say too much.
Could it be described by a famous Rob Thomas song?
Well, you mean Rob Thomas and Carlos Santana.
Yeah.
I can't say too much.
Okay, well, say the options again.
The options are
Oh, I'm so relaxed.
Bar Notre Dame, Sparrow, and M2.
Alright. I got something brewed in my head.
Let's lock in our answers now. Let's reveal our answers. Dimitri, you've gone with Bar Notre Dame. Dave, you've gone with M2. The correct answer is Sparrow.
Fuck!
And I was there a couple hours ago.
Oh, my God.
And I had a cup of tea.
Come on.
Smooth at all.
Wasn't smooth.
I'm furious right now.
Well, here's
That was
the
a trick
thing.
question.
Here's the thing. Points are doubled. So, Dave, if you get this next question right, you will tie Dimitri. Dimitri, if you get it right, your score will go up to 13, leaving Dave at 9. So, look, we're either going to have a winner or a tie here.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that if I get it wrong, I might kill myself.
All right, well, we might have a suicide live on the air. I don't know how much Mr. McGee is going to enjoy that. The final question.
He's been trying to get rid of me for weeks.
Oh, yeah, but he won't do it. He's got to pay EI or something.
Yeah.
Final question.
6 still.
Which of these strip clubs was James once referred to as both a troublemaker and a pest by one of the dancers?
It could be any strip club in town.
The possible answers are 1, Montreal Strip Club.
I thought you were going to say Montreal Improv.
2, Amazons. Or 3, The Bare Facts. And for reference, The Bare Facts is located in Ottawa.
Oh, damn.
Again, which of these strip clubs was I referred to as both a troublemaker and a pest? The Montreal Strip Club, Amazons, or The Bare Facts? Coming in from the chat, Naive Adventures writes all of them, which is not a possible answer.
Damn it. This is tough.
This is very tough. Now, here's my thing. If he got called out at any of the Quebec-based strip clubs, they would have spoken French to him.
That's what I was thinking too.
All right. So I gave away my what I'm going for. And if you go for the same thing, I was guaranteed to win.
I was gonna pick that one.
But you deserve it.
You want to go for something else?
You deserve it.
No, you deserve this more, man. Come on, I want to make sure.
Let's take a second to think about it. Dimitri, what was the first strip club you ever went to?
Shea Wanda's.
I walked by it earlier today.
Still up?
Still up. Dave, first strip club that you went to?
I don't know the name of it, but it was in Las Vegas. And I made a stripper friend there, and she told me her whole life story.
Did you get a dance?
No, I don't do that.
All right. Ooh. Dave, you do that? Or excuse me, Dimitri, you do that?
Sometimes.
All right. So again, the possible answers are what are the possible answers again? We had Montreal Strip Club, Amazons, and Ottawa's very own The Bare Facts. Coming in from the chat, Ray Liotta, 1954 to 2022, also agrees all of them. Again, not a possible answer. Dave is locked in.
Ooh.
Dimitri, you're locked in too.
Yes.
It is now time to reveal the answers.
Whoa!
Sorry, I was on a delay.
You have both answered Ottawa's Bare Facts. And the correct answer as to which strip club I was once accused of being a troublemaker and a pest is the Montreal Strip Club, which used to be located down the street from my apartment. I went 2 days before Christmas, and the seat beside me had blood on it. That brings our final score. Our final score, Dimitri 11, Dave 9. Dimitri, tonight you are the pub quiz trivia champion.
It brings me no joy to defeat somebody who I've really looked up to through this whole night and prior. He's a great man and a better bouncer.
Dave, now do you have a concession speech?
You know, couldn't have happened to a better guy. I saw this guy blossom into a lotus right before our very eyes.
The one that's affiliated or unaffiliated to the sex position?
Oh, the sex position. He embraced his own arms around himself.
Damn, well guys, this has been the first ever edition of Pub Trivia on At Home with James. Dimitri, it's been a while since you've been on the show. How do you feel coming back and not only participating, but taking home the grand prize, which is that you get to buy me a coffee?
Whoa, that's the grand prize. That's what we were playing for? Listen, being a bar fly is more than just throwing darts and drinking drinks. It's hanging out with friends. So winning that prize, James, I'd like to add one more
Okay.
to the mix. I want Dave to come too. I'm going to buy him a drink too. On me. First round's on me. How about
All right.
that?
Now, Dave, what did you think about? You've been here for a lot of the trivia competitions. You were here for the Halloween trivia contest, the Christmas trivia contest, the Ultimate Trivia Showdown, and now Pub Trivia Night on At Home. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I'm excited to get that coffee with you and Dimitri. Maybe James, maybe you'll loosen up for a little bit when we all hang out together. Because you've been stiff as a board all night, and I just want to see you, get out of your own head, relax a little bit.
All right, so you're saying that maybe I gotta be a bit more loosey goosey, like the true party animals inside of a bar, pub, whatever you want to call it.
That's right. You come to the bar, you let all your troubles at the door, you sip on some smooth libations, and I just want that for you. I don't want you to keep all those troubles in your head.
Now I want to put this out there, right? We're celebrating tonight. It's Monday night. We do the show every Monday and sometimes more. I want to put both of you guys on the hot seat. Tomorrow night, the night is free. The night is young. What do you say about a surprise Tuesday night episode?
Oh boy, that sounds like something.
I gotta talk to the missus behind me over here.
I gotta talk to my my manager, Mr. McGee.
Yeah. Oh, you're working tomorrow night?
I work every night.
All right. Well, coming in from the chat, people love the idea.
Do they?
Just
Well, they're on a delay, right? They're on a minor delay.
they're on a
so-
delay. Yeah, they're gonna be
So they
coming
probably
in.
haven't heard the news yet.
Well, one has.
It's not too late, James.
Look, I guess we're gonna have to talk about it. We'll see what happens. Who knows? That's the beauty of a surprise episode. It might happen. It might not.
We'll talk about
We don't know. We're not promising anything.
James,
Sometimes you order a beer and you get a Jaeger because the bartender's feeling that way.
I
Yeah.
agree. I could go for a Jaeger right now.
Ooh,
All right. Well,
what I'm thinking?
maybe Dave, I'll head over to Mr. McGee's basement bar. I'll let you pour me a drink and you can drink it.
Sounds good, man.
All right. Well, guys, this has been the show.
Oh,
I feel
and
like-
the song just on the cue. The song ended.
Wow. So I guess that's apropos. I guess let's end it here from.
Oh,
Because we got to keep the show going. We're all coming from remote locations. Dimitri is at Old Pat Getty's at an undisclosed Montreal location. Dave on the airbase is live from Mr. McGee's basement bar, which is located in NDG. I'm coming to you from my home in St. Henry, the best neighborhood in Montreal. And that's our show tonight, folks. We hope you've enjoyed the first and maybe only edition of Pub Trivia on At Home with James. Until then, we know we're going to see you next Monday. Who knows if we'll see it tomorrow night? It's a surprise. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe somewhere in between. Until then, I am James. That's Dimitri. That's Dave. You are you. We were here. Good night. Goodbye. Farewell. And of course, be well.